What's up, y'all? Back in the shop again. Mazda Chronicles Part 4. Yes, this is an ongoing saga where we have to do husbandly doozies like take Christmas lights down, get Christmas decorations all put up in the attic, help the wifey with the little organization in the kitchen. Got all that done. Back to the project. So, got the engine hanging there. Let's check this out. So, got everything, even the flywheel removed down in here. So that's the rear main seal. So transmission was all in here, battery box, air box, everything if you remember. So again, we're back down here. Got the pressure plate, clutch, transmission out. That's the rear main. Got a little oil around it, not bad at all, but I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. Got inner tie rods. Those are coming out tomorrow. Gonna go get the inner tie rod tool. Because it seems easier, and also when you have toolboxes like this and then you go to your toolbox and you say, oh, I want like a really large wrench for over 1 inch micron or measured nut, and then you go in your toolbox and you go, oh, okay, I have 1 1/8 1 1/16, and obviously access to a larger one, and then you find out that the inner tie rods measure 1.179 inches, which is 1 3/16 of an inch, which is the most odd size in the United States. But apparently they make a tool, which of course costs money, to remove those by just removing the outer tie rod connected right there at the bottom of the knuckle. So knock that guy out, turn him off, then you slide the tool over and turn that guy off with a 1/2 inch wrench. So going to pick that tool up in the morning and return a broken light to Harbor Freight. But got transmission out. Transmission totally out. Little pancake, little sucker. Kind of weird. Kind of odd to get out. Had to jack up the car just a little bit more. Was kind of dealing with some clearance issues on getting it out through the wheel well there. There's the back of the engine. So ain't nothing up in there. All gone. So got some cleanup work to do. Got a pile of new parts. This is some of the old stuff. I'll show a little bit of difference between the old and the new tomorrow, but this surface right here is higher than this surface, which is the flywheel right here. Got a lot of hot spots and heating on it, which affects clutch engagement. So you can see there's like a noticeable heat marks all around there with a color difference. So we got new throwout bearing, new input shaft seal, new output shaft seals. There's my output shafts right there. We'll go ahead and replace those. I probably will pull this end cap right here and just check on the synchros and everything. It does have a third gear, a little sling in. Whenever you put it in, it's got a nice knock, but that could just be because the clutch was wore out. Again, we got all these new parts right here, rear mains, everything, new lower control arms, new tie rods, new brakes, new flywheel, clutch, everything. But here's our old pressure plate right here. You can see that these rings are heavily worn on this guy. This is original Fomoco stamped. These are original parts to the car. Car had about 136,000 miles on it. So as we flip it over, we can see that we have a very worn pressure plate here. This ridge right here should be much lower than this surface right here by a very noticeable difference. I'll show you the differences tomorrow more. As you can see, the rings for the spring pressure to be released are very worn. Move over to the actual clutch material itself. Suspicions were confirmed. This is engine side of the clutch, and as you can see, those are the rivets right there that hold the clutch material onto the clutch itself, and it's almost at the wear. It's at the first rivets. You flip it over to the transmission side, and we've been wearing on the rivets for some time now. What happens with that is that we have this nice groove ring in our pressure plate that we've worn in. So we've been metal on metal for quite some time. Again, this is original Fomoco stamp part. as you can see there. And for a thickness, I'll show you more of a difference tomorrow, but as you can see, there's a thin metal plate in between, which is the clutch material holder with the spring plates, and that's very thin, but as you can see, the plates there of the clutch friction material are virtually not there, so even wore down to just the spring clutch material plate. So obviously we knew it was wrong and had enough time to get what we needed to done, and now on to this. So tomorrow, get those tie rods pulled, get the brakes pulled, get the rotors pulled. I'll resurface those myself tomorrow. I'll have the lower control arms out in the morning to create all my dust and nastiness before I go to cleaning up the back of the engine, replacing the rear main seal, starting right there, coming all the way back out with all new parts on everything you see here. Let's get it. Got a snow day to get it all finished up, so no better time than now.